car fans? Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week I'm going to update you a little bit more on my Wraith car. This thing is coming along. Getting some of the body work done. I decided I would shoot it in semi-gloss black and see how everything was looking, and it's getting there. It's really nice, and it's getting there. So, I got in there, and I forgot to film that particular section. I was kind of working on it, and as I'm painting and doing some things, I decided, you know what, this thing's ready to do the black on the top section. So, the windows are fairly nice. I mean, it's not perfect, but considering what, I had started with and all the work I've done to this thing, and this isn't color sanded, this is just, the black shot right on it. So, I'm going to shoot the sides in the brown and start masking off, but I had this is some of the leftover black paint I had from my 58 Corvette kit. So not really too focused on exactly what colors I'm using, but I'm really excited about getting to this stage and finally getting some paint on this thing. So this thing's looking really good. I'm really happy with how this is going. And this is, I got some black on it, and be getting this part taken care of, and the metallic brown that I'm going to put on there. It's really hard to find out what the real color is or even get something like that, because I read that the actual car was painted black and then multiple layers of pearl, which gives it the brown look. But that's the real car, and then the movie cars are mostly the fiberglass copies that you see throughout the movie. So, trying to replicate that paint job. But got some paint on this, super excited about it. Going to continue working on it, but I passed the major bodywork hurdle. And also, here's the vent that goes in the front. This is shot semi-gloss black, and this thing was seriously curved. I had a serious arch in this thing, and I don't know what material they use on this, but I had to seriously heat it up and push it down to get it to fold flat, because I'm not sure what this is. Normal plastic would have easily melted compared to how hot I had to get this thing just to get it to lay flat, because it had a serious arch to it, and it keeps wanting to return to that. And then I also took some time, and the taillight lens here is shot in stoplight red, so that's pretty much ready to go. And then the last thing I did is I actually started painting the tires and wheels, and it's pretty simple. All I really did was I shot the gold first. I just painted the entire front gold. All right, and I put the silly putty in there, just masked with the silly putty, and shot the back black. And I'm not too concerned about all of this. And this is probably the worst tire. Yeah. So just shot the backs black and then flipped it over, put silly putty in there to cover all the spokes and everything, and then shot the front black. But I put a silly putty in there first because I didn't want the black to come through the spokes there onto this side. So these are coming out pretty nice. I'm going to put bare metal foil in there to get the polished ring, and then I'll paint the caps black as far as detailing those out. So this thing is coming along. I just got to get some more brown on that, and then do the little silver pinstripe that goes separates the two colors, and I believe it's silver. It looks silver to me. And I'll continue on this, and we'll update this video. But this thing's coming along, and it won't be much longer, and it should be ready. I'm bouncing back and forth and around on a bunch of kits, so it may be another while before you see the update on this. But she's coming along, so stick around and we'll continue this one. All right, well, as you can see, I've gotten a little farther on this thing. Showed you the wheels and these two items, but I got some time to sit down, and I masked off the whole top here, and got it ready and shot the brown. And this is just a tester's brown that I've had. I think it's manganese brown metallic. It's right here. Not sure how you say that, but it's an old Model Master manganese brown metallic. But I've had this a long time. Matter of fact, I had 2 jars of it, and one of them was no longer good. It would dried inside. This one was still good, but as you see, I used the last of it. So I don't have any more if I got to touch up. But I do have one small area that I really should touch up, and it's just right here. But I don't have any more of the paint, and I'm not going to stress too much about it, I guess. But it is what it is, unless another bottle turns up somewhere. But Masked it all off and got it ready and shot the brown. So went all the way around, shot the brown and a few layers, and I put silly putty inside the spoiler here so that the overspray wouldn't go into the black. So blacked it off. You really can't see in there very well where the mask line is, but when you start to get it at an angle, you can see it's brown in there. You get it far enough, you can kind of see the black, but it's got a little bit of a feathered edge, but it's really hard to see. And I got some fingerprints and smudge marks on it, but this thing hasn't been cleared, and hopefully it will be cleared here real soon, but it depends on the rest of my projects. But, you know, got this thing, got the color on it, and I'm really happy with the color. And I sat down and watched the movie. I haven't watched the Wraith in a really long time, even though I have the movie. I sat down and watched it and was just looking at it carefully, and the main reason was I was trying to figure out what color this pinstripe was. And, you know, gold to me seemed to be the perfect match because it kind of matched the wheels here and goes really good with the brown and the black. So I went with that. Although in the film and what I was trying to see, it's hard to tell if it's white, if it's silver, or if it's gold. But in one of the YouTube videos I watched of some of the cars, there was one that was on Jay Leno, and even though it's a recreation or a body that was found and put together into a car, they did a gold pinstripe and it had a really mild red one on the inside of the gold for gold on the brown side and red on the black side, but I wasn't going to duplicate that. Although one thing I do kind of regret is I didn't mask when I masked this off to paint it, because this gold is paint. I masked off the inside and then I masked off the outside with the fine line tape and then masked it all up. It was a lot of masking for what's basically a couple of shots of the airbrush to paint it and then rip all the masking back off. So I didn't film any of that, and I kind of wish I did, but to me it was kind of a boring video of watching me mask. But some of you seem to really enjoy those types of videos, so I may film some more of those. But sat down and really got focused on that, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. So next step is to shoot some clear on it. Oh, and in my video, I know this isn't going to fit. I need to do a little bit more shaving and sanding to get this side rounded out to fit in there a little bit, which I was expecting that. Now, earlier in this video, when you see it, before I put the brown on, this taillight fit. Now it don't. This brown, now it doesn't. I have to trim it again and make sure it fits, and I tried it both directions. But I'll have to trim it and get it to fit better. And go and I may do that and glue it on and then clear over it and clear the whole body. So this thing's ready for clear. So I think what I'll do before I finish out this video is when I get to shooting the clear on it, I'll get the clear on it, finish out the video. And then all I'll have to do is just finish these lights up here. And then some of the semi-gloss black, like this is going to be semi-gloss black, that's going to be semi-gloss black, but I'll do that after the clear. And all of the wheel wells and of course the underside. This section is the brown color I shot, but here all underneath this is going to be all a semi-gloss, just blacken it all out. So really excited about this. Looking forward to get some clear on it. I got all the rest of the parts here. So there's not much to this, but it's really starting to take some shape. So stick around, and next thing you know, I'm going to have some clear on it. Well, here we are. Got a layer of clear on it. Super excited about it at this stage. It's not perfect. I've got some areas that, like I got a small booger right there. A couple right there, which I knew about before the clear went on. And then there's a small amount of glitter. The light is actually catching it. Doesn't really show in person. But that's just a metallic flakes that was in my airbrushes. I thought I cleaned it out really well, but I didn't. So not too worried about that. I mean, the camera really catches it. You barely see it. But the biggest thing right there is there's a fisheye, a couple of fisheyes in there that I didn't clean real well before I got the clear on it. Man, that really does, the light really does catch that glitter. But anyway, because I shot, it's probably the gold when I shot the gold pinstripe here. and cleaned out my airbrush, but I didn't clean it out as well as, you know, you can. Because sometimes these metallic, they stay in there and then got mixed it into the clear. But it is what it is. And I've got some things I've got to fit this piece. It doesn't fit anymore. Same thing with the rear tail light. But I think I'm going to try and color sand that down and put a layer of clear on it. And another layer of clear on it. But we'll start sanding that and see how that comes out. But I just wanted to show you with a layer of clear on it and update this video, and I'll publish this, and maybe next time you see it, it'll actually be done, because I just have very little left to do to it. But she's really coming along, and I'm really happy with it, and it's been a lot of work. No means perfect, but there's a smudge, of course. You know. But I'll clean that off and clean it all up. And but super excited about how this is coming out, and I'm getting towards the end of this. You can see some of that inside there. It's really hard to sand in there and clean in there because of the spoiler. You can't remove the spoiler. That's why I'm kind of not too stressing about that. I wish it came out better, but thought I cleaned it off really well. But I'm not gonna stress about it too much. But I'm gonna color sand that down and see how much, you know, if I can get it better. And I think I can just get it cleaned up and get it better, and get another layer of clear on it. Since there's no real moving parts, I don't have to worry about how thick the clear gets, other than getting that tail light and this piece to fit and wheels mounted. But she's pretty far along, so I'll close this video out. So thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments. I appreciate it, and all your thumbs up. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Saturday.